Okay, now, from the beginning.
Greetings, hello, and welcome to the DotCast. This is the podcast for wedding photographers, creatives, and business owners, brought to you by NineDots. I'm Andy Gaines, and we are super excited to have you here today. Here at the DotCast, we dive deep into the world of wedding photography, creativity, and entrepreneurship. So whether you're an experienced photographer or someone just starting out on your journey, NineDots is here to help you on the way. From our online community, through our educational videos, awards, and in-person events like the NineDots Gathering, for almost 10 years now, NineDots has been dedicated to making you the best photographers and business owners you can be. You can find more about NineDots, the membership, and all the benefits of that, as well as our community and all our in-person events, down at the links in the description below. The NineDots community embraces and values a diverse range of all talents, experiences, and stories from the world of wedding photography. So whatever your background, experience level, or style, the NineDots community is the perfect place to grow and learn together. So check out the links in the description, and without further ado, let's get on with our episode.
Yeah, so I think like for the past maybe 10 months, I started really like diving into ChatGPT and discovering it's not Google,
Yeah.
So I started doing a lot of, I'm learning a lot. So I've done like two different courses to learn more about ChatGPT, to make it more your voice and how you have to train it and everything that you can do. But at some point you're using ChatGPT, but yeah, it's great. It's amazing. Yeah. It gives you a lot of ideas. It's almost overwhelming because he goes so fast and you're like, I cannot catch up. It's just impossible. So at some point you feel overwhelmed and you're like, okay, there's so many possibilities. There's so many things you can do, but you're still a human and your it still has the hours that it has. So even if I feel like it can help you to reach farther away. But if you only use that, it's impossible because you have to do a lot of the things to apply all the ideas. So I'm doing a master. I have classes every day.
Okay.
And I'm learning more artificial intelligence tools so that what you can map up with a ChatGPT, you can actually do it with other systems that would do part of the process for you. You have to build up everything. So I'm learning how to do artificial intelligence agents. So an agent that you can just put him to review the emails, to tag your emails, to scrap information and send emails to possible vendors, or I don't know, the possibilities are amazing. It's just crazy, but there's a lot of work behind. So
that's amazing that you're learning all of this.
Yeah. My mind, it's like full of JSON and code, and because there's a lot of things that the program can do for you, but there's so many choices, and you need to find which is the system that works for you. And even though if the application can do some parts for you, it is better that you understand what is happening behind.
Yeah.
So my head right now, it's full of programming and artificial intelligence, and thinking about how can I apply this to my work, or to make it better, to reach more leads, more people, or vendors or wedding planners. I don't know, like possibilities are infinite.
Are you trying to even like appear in the results of like ChatGPT or Gemini?
Oh yes, I already did that on my website, to put information so that the artificial intelligence can actually find your website. Because I think right now, if I was going to get married now, I wouldn't go to Google. I would go to ChatGPT.
So like, what have you done to your website to?
So I'm still working on it. I still need to do a lot of things, but I did the basic. Basic is that you have to insert the code, the JSON. It's language.
Yeah.
So have you ever done anything with programming.
Yeah. In my past life, like 20 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, me too. Yes,
Yeah.
me too. So at least you have like in your head, you can imagine that it goes with the if and the things, and it's just written code, but it's written in a way that it's clean, and it's clean for the artificial intelligence, for the AI to understand it. Okay. So you need to put inside your website this code, so it's not visually, nobody can see it.
Okay.
It's underwritten on the code, so that ChatGPT, for example, can read it, or the artificial intelligence. So there you have to work on which information you have to put, and in there you would say everything that you do. So you're specialized in destination Indian weddings, blah, blah, blah. Then you have to do. So the next step that I haven't done yet would be to create exactly the same as always, the same idea as before, to have blog posts and everything. But everything that you do should have inserted that code of JSON so that the AI can read it. That's more or less the idea. Yeah.
Okay. I've never heard of this. Like, so where did you find this out? Like, and where do you insert this code? Do you make a new page specifically for this, or are you putting it in the front homepage?
You have to do it in every page.
On every page?
Yes. The most important one is the homepage, of course.
Yeah.
You just, I use Squarespace.
Okay.
I don't know how it is in other systems, but I guess it's the same. So in Squarespace, I can add a code.
Okay.
So I would add a box that is code, and there is where I insert the code that I created with ChatGPT.
Okay.
Because ChatGPT, I have a folder where I divide my conversations. It's not just random conversations. I categorize them in folders. That, because ChatGPT, yes, it's intelligent, it's a machine, but it's a machine. He cannot remember infinite to the past. It can only go certain amount of conversations in the past. So if you mix many different subjects, it's just like crazy. But when you organize your ChatGPT into projects, then each project can have its own DNA blueprint.
Yeah.
So I have like a learning project. So in this learning project, ChatGPT knows that I am going to put, I don't know, a class I did online, and I transcript it, and I put the transcript. So I only need to put the transcript, and he knows already. I don't have to ask again, please give me resume this for me. No.
Yeah.
You already have that, and I just push it in, and he would give me the main points, blah, blah, blah. So I have different projects, and I have one project for my website. So I already put all the information that he's going to be the best assistant in to make your website be seen, blah, blah, blah. So I'm telling him, okay, so this is my homepage. This is what I do. He knows everything that I do. He has it's complicated to explain without showing. I'm sorry. So it's like at the beginning, you first have to teach ChatGPT who you are, professionally, and you create like a blueprint. So that's an MD. It's a different type of like a text. It's a text, but that it's organized for artificial intelligence so that he understands. So he has that inside. So he knows exactly who I am, the type of work I do, my philosophy, everything. He knows everything about me. So then I say, okay, I do a screenshot and I tell him, this is my website, the main page. How can we do that AI find my page? So he would create this JSON code.
Okay.
And you work with him and you say, no, just this or that. And you tweak there and here and there. And then when you have that code, you put that code inside your website.
Wow. This is so interesting. In all honesty, I wasn't ready for this morning. You've blown my mind already. I've always been doing the basic thing of asking ChatGPT, like, how can my website be found by you? Because I'm not appearing. And then ChatGPT is like, it gives you like basically what we would do for SEO. Do you know what I mean? Like be on listings and be on this and be on that. And so like we do some of that stuff, but I don't know if it really works,
I don't know. I still don't know. I tell you, I need to put a lot more work into it. But right now I stopped that, and I'm learning more about AI so that when I do it, I would do it better, even so that I can do it more automatized. Because one of the things that I think I could do with these automatations would be to scrap the website. To see, I don't know what I like. I love to do Belgium destination weddings in Italy, for example. No, that's a lot of the weddings that I have and the weddings that I like are like that. So I can have an agent program to search on the website all the articles or all the information that's out there about getting married in Italy, for example. And then I can, there's a website, super interesting, that you can search what people search on Google when they are looking for that. Okay. Yeah. So you would know the keywords and everything. So I think my plan, master plan, is to have an agent that would look on the internet for these searches and can do, I don't know, let's say take 10 articles out there, and between all these articles, cut, paste, inspire, would say, you have to do an article that talks about this. Then you would take that to ChatGPT, you would create the article. And I think there's another automation that you can do so that this could go running even without you, and prepare an article so that you can post it as a blog post.
Yeah.
And in this blog post, it would have also the JSON code. So that's the whole idea, but it takes time. So that's why I'm thinking about how can I do this more automatically, because the idea is that AI, you should use it in the 70-80%, but there's a 20-30% that has to be human. And right now, before we were doing 100% human. Right now with ChatGPT, we're starting to use ChatGPT, so we're starting to use the 10%, 20%, 30% of AI, but we still do 70% human. And we need to change that balance in order to have more time and to be able to do more things, to reach more things.
I really want to learn and utilize AI way more as well, I was actually doing a wedding like a couple of weeks ago, and I was driving with like the bride's friends, and one worked for like Apple and the other one worked for like Google, and they were telling me, and I was telling them about we were talking about AI, and I was telling them how much I use it right now, and they were all telling me to use Gemini instead. She was really convincing, so I'm going to just test like the different ones as well, like between ChatGPT and Gemini, just to see like the difference in what the outputs are like and stuff for the same questions that you're asking it.
Well, they say it depends on what you want to reach, because like for generating ideas, ChatGPT is the best. For writing, they say Claude is the best. So then, for example, in this automation that I'm talking about, once we have like the idea structure, then we would be best to put it into Cloud, and Cloud would write the blog post better than ChatGPT. I think that's the idea. But Gemini, I haven't gotten into that. It's so difficult to be on top of every single thing that it's
there's
out
so
there.
Many.
No?
Yeah. Honestly,
there's so many.
There's so many different ones now, which is Claude definitely for writing. I used to use that before for writing as well. But to be fair, now I don't know. I feel like ChatGPT is becoming so good. Like I'd just rather use one.
And he knows you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You pay for it. It knows you. Like I'm using it at the moment for like some other stuff, like personal work or whatever. And it's just crazy. Like picks up the conversations from where you left off. Or I was asking it about I don't know, like some stocks and shares and transferring money across and helping, like doing stuff for when my dad passed away. And the other day I was asking it something and I just like literally drag and drop a bank statement in and said, can you please decipher this for me? And I was like, and it told me everything within like 5 seconds. Yeah. And I was like to my wife, I'm like, can you imagine how many phone calls it would have taken back in the day to figure out this and how many different people, because on this bank statement, there are different like charges and interest and whatever. And one person will know one of them and I bet you they won't know all of it. And, you know, I would have to like, you know, basically figure it out. So, oh man, it's just so incredible. And I think like utilizing it and doing what you're doing and actually learning, because I'm sure that like ChatGPT is just like the basic and the surface of it all, you know, like the actual developers and everyone else, they are like 10 years ahead of what we're getting and what we're using right now.
The problem is that you need a lot of time to learn and to implement. And this is something we don't have, because I don't know you, but to-do list it's an infinite to-do list. And you're just like, okay, so what do I choose to do? Like, where do I put my attention? Because there's so many things to do as an entrepreneur, no? But I think for me right now, it's the low season. So just a perfect time to dig in deep. And honestly, I found a videographer in YouTube. He has a channel and he's talking about AI in the business.
Yeah.
And it just blows your mind. You're like, oh, wow, you can do that. Like he can be with a client and just ask questions in his Telegram. He would put certain information, boom, send it to his agent, and the client receives the quote, for example, or receives the invoice, and it's everything. It's automated.
Yeah. Wow.
So when you see that, you're like, oh, it just blows your mind, because it would actually save tons of time.
I'm still using basic. I don't even have a CRM. I'm still using like Google Sheets and like.
Oh, but you can do it with Google Sheets.
Yeah, like I use Zapier, so it's pretty good at like, you know, you put all the info in and then it spits out the invoice connected to Zero and all of this stuff. So you're right, it's finding the time, but also like I only do like 20 weddings a year. So for me, I'm like, oh, I don't want to like, it's not broken, so why try to fix it? You know, it doesn't take too much time. Yes, I could be maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes faster at sending invoices or something, but it's not going to make greater changes. Like not the way that AI has affected right now, like, you know, using like Imagine or Aftershoot or whatever to like edit photos. Like that is a game changer. Like that's given me so much of my life back. It's crazy. Like, and it's only going to get better.
It's only going to get better, yes. But when you start thinking of adding up different little things, 2 minutes here, 5 minutes there, then I think that's my goal, no?
Yeah.
At some point, I would say like, oh, wow, because there's many things that I don't even do.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time, I don't have interest, I have to do so many things that I cannot have a control on every single part of my business.
Yeah.
And I'm not a business person, I'm more of an artist. So it's really hard for me to do really well the business part. So that's why I'm trying to learn to apply this to the business part, which is hard because you have to learn and you have to be able to imagine how are you going to apply it? How are you going to use it? So I'm in that process. And we will see what happens with that.
It's slowly in time. Like I said, like it's only going to get better and easier, and you'll just be able to give it like voice commands in like just normal natural language, rather than even having to learn code. You'll just be like, oh, and make me an agent to do this, this, and this. And as soon as I type this, I'm sure it's already out there, but I don't even know.
Yes, I think a couple of weeks ago or 1 week ago, there was Gemini, I think, released also about the agents. Yeah. And I think they do it like this, that you can just type, I want to do this, but I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
And I don't know how good it is, because, you know, when they release something, you need to leave it time so that it develops. But it's developing so fast. Every 3 months, it's completely new. It's too fast. It's overwhelming.
Very much so. And that's the problem with me. Like when I try to sit down and do some stuff, first I'll be on one path of like asking ChatGPT to reply some emails. And next minute I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this thing I need to figure out. And while I'm in here, let me just answer this, and this question. And I'm sure I confuse the shit out of it. I don't even realize that you can put chats into different folders. Like I'm going to start doing that.
Oh, you don't do the folders set?
No, didn't even know that. I didn't even know that existed.
Oh, this is going to save you time, and this is going to help you, because every folder has a specific instructions.
Yeah, exactly.
So just the fact that I just drop in things there, the one that I have for learning, let's say I started using a new program, After Effects. So I just ask him, be an expert on After Effects. So he researches everything and the instructions and the tutorials and everything. So when I have a problem, I say, I want to do this. Where is the menu? And he would guide me to do those things. But because in that specific folder, I already told him the prompt, what he's supposed to do. So I don't have to write down every single time. So I have one, for example, for emails.
Yeah.
So whenever I receive an email, I just do a screenshot, I put it there, and he would tell me what to answer. And he would answer in my voice. But because I already
have that
taught him how to do that.
Shit, I'm going to use that for sure. But I love it for replying to emails. And what I love saying is, because I know what I want to say, but I can never get it out right. And the tone of voice sometimes it replies it at. I'm just like, this is just so amazing. Like I had an inquiry the other day, and it was literally like, oh, but it's only 4 hours and it's only 10 people, but its inquiry is like 3 hours away from me. And they're like, why are you charging so much? And I just dragged and dropped the screenshot into ChatGPT. And I said, please tell them that, look, my time is this. And it doesn't make a difference if you have 10 people or 100 people, you still want me for 4 hours, and this is the value. And it just created this email, and it ended it with something like, I really appreciate that. If this is out of your budget, then I wish you all the best of luck. And then I never heard from them again. But I was like, you know what? It was just so good. And it was exactly what I wanted to convey to this person.
Yeah.
And I would never have been able to write it as well as that. And so for me, I was just like, just take away the little long dashes. And I was like, put some commas and made a few little, made it my own.
Little things. Yes.
Little things. Yeah. And then that's it. Send it within 2 minutes. And then the other thing that's been a massive game changer for me has been, instead of actually typing, is just talking into it instead.
Oh, yes.
Like I walk around with my ideas, and I'll be like, look, I want a blog post. I'm doing this wedding in Oman. I was an amazing wedding. Had such a beautiful time. It was intimate. Blah blah blah. I just start talking like that, and I'm like, then now I make this into a blog post, and it just writes it. And I was just like, it's so much better than me. Like trying to type it and then figure it out and then put it into ChatGPT. I just talk to it now. I just stick it on and just talk to it. And it's just way easier.
When you do that and you're going to do the blog post, after that, you can tell him, okay, so now give me the JSON code so that I can insert it in the blog post so that AI can read it. Boom.
Yeah.
And then that would be more findable in ChatGPT than if you don't do it. Yeah.
Man, I'm definitely going to be doing that. I'm going to go through my last 3-4 blog posts, but I don't blog anymore.
Let's just change the conversation and not let everybody knows and do this, because otherwise we're
yeah, it's so true.
Last week I did an interview as well for Flash Masters.
Yeah.
And I got the information that my system with the flashes and the monopod in the UK.
So many people use it.
So many people used it, and so many people have put their name into the system that I didn't invent it anyways, but it's so funny because then now all the UK photographers are going to do this, and everybody's going to be found in ChatGPT.
I know a lot of people, like in the NineDots group, were asking, like, where do you get this monopod? Like, what should I attach and stuff like that? And started using that, Do you still use that system? Do you still do
Yes, but now the monopod, it's always when I have an assistant.
Yeah.
And I have a new system for myself when I'm alone. Okay. Or I have one camera. I would have like one camera with the assistant and the monopod, and then I would have another camera with a system that I don't need anybody else. And I created that system. Wow, 2-3 years ago. I went to India to shoot a wedding.
Okay.
And I was just part of a big team,
Yeah.
And I was only there for the artistic part, the moments and things like that. But you know how Indian weddings go, that you have like 30 other, like 20 photographers, 10 videographers, the one with a phone, with a 360 camera, with the
FPV pilots and all sorts.
Yes, the shadows.
Yeah, the shadows. Yeah.
Yes, the shadows, the things, and it's huge weddings, a lot of people, and it was not easy for the assistant to be always in the right place to light up. Even though my system with the monopod, they have to be like 4, 5, or 6 meters away, so that makes it easier. But still, there were some times that light couldn't reach. So I created a system where I don't have it here, but if I have my camera, it goes like it has like old times, like the old photographers that would go with a flash on the side.
Yeah.
But I found one thing that it's just an arm.
Okay.
And then on top of this arm, I would have a small flash. So it's not the same as if the flash was on top of the camera, because that's a flat light.
Yeah,
but because it's on the side, it has a little bit of angle. So it gives a nice light with a little bit of direction. So that's a good, safe spot to have when something just happens in front of you and you don't have to be aware of where's the flash, or no, the light doesn't get here or whatever.
Yeah. What about do you not just sometimes just use, I guess, I mean, obviously it's more work, but like just using your hand as well, like just having your arm like up or stuff like that? Or do you feel like
Yes, I've done that.
For sure.
I've done that, but at some point your hand holding the camera hurts. And then, I had an operation, and I recovered like 90% of movement in my hand, but I cannot hold. That's why I use Fuji, because it's light. But when you are working so many hours, 15 hours, 17 hours, and when you're at the party and you're doing this all the time,
it does hurt.
At some point, it hurts, and it's not only the fact that it hurts in the moment; it's how much you are injuring yourself. Doing that, you're forcing too much your body. So that's why I needed to find something that I could hold the camera with both hands.
Yeah.
So with the system that I have, it's more balanced. And well, thankfully now the trend is more of flat
light. Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, so it still has direction. It still has my signature, not the super flash boom in your face that I don't especially like. It's just a little bit. I mean, like the people that are not photographers, they're not going to see that direction. They're not going to distinguish between one thing or another. It's more about my taste.
Yeah, I agree with that. But also, I think that nowadays with the like younger couples that we're getting, right? Like, or the newer couples that we're getting, I think they do notice it. I think they do notice the difference in light. You know that? I don't think they don't notice things anymore. Like 10 years ago, I would have agreed with you and been like, yeah, whether it's on camera flash or off camera flash, they don't care as long as they look good.
They don't care.
They, and the photo looks good and they look good in it. That's it. But now I think more and more like they actually do care and they can see the differences. Like, I don't know if you're finding that, but I definitely find that in my inquiries that people discuss, or more people are saying, oh, I really like the way you use light. And 10 years ago, no one would ever say that to me. Like, That's true. And I do get the people that come to me. It's like, because they see the moments, they see the way I use light and they like that, of course. But still they won't be able to see, oh, there's two lights there, or there's direction. They like the general look, but even though they don't understand how it works behind. And for example, with this system that I have, I still have my assistant with a monopod.
So that way I would always make like the main light. The one in the camera would be like a field light. It's just in case the main light doesn't get here or whatever. So it's like a safe spot.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a backup, basically.
Backup. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm missing my words in English sometimes.
No, like, yeah, you're doing great. Like, obviously, no, I totally hear you. I do that. That's the thing with me. Like, I've become more lazier in the fact of, because people just like that direct flash, I do the same thing. So I still set up my flashes, but because now I just have a flash on top of my camera, sometimes I do like direct flash. Sometimes I switch that flash off and then just use the off camera flash. I just mix it up. And I kind of like, because of all these trends, I've been enjoying like doing different things and not just doing like, before back in the day, like I would have just done a reception, like from speeches onwards, cake cutting, speeches, dancing, all only in one way, which would have been off camera flash. Yeah, like it got boring for me. Do you know what I mean? Like it's always off camera flash.
I get it.
The same thing. Yeah. Let's set up 4 lights. Let's do this. Now I'm like, okay, maybe like this couple, like the vibe is a bit different or the mood is a bit different or there's a bit of a different energy on the dance floor. So let's just do natural light and let's just switch everything off, or let's just do on camera flash and let's just do that. And sometimes like even take the flash off and use my arm for a little bit, just because like when I was saying doing off camera flash as well, like if people went to the bar to do shots, like it would be tricky for me to do that unless I ran with one of my flashes and then I can just shoot it. So more often than not, I just like wouldn't shoot it. I'm like, it doesn't make a difference in the grand scheme of the wedding. Them doing shots at the bar is not like a life or death photo, in my opinion. So I just wouldn't photograph it. But now, like I'll go with them and then I'll go behind the bar and I can shoot them and like do all different stuff. So like, yeah, I've been enjoying it. Like these trends, like just making us do different stuff rather than it just being the same. And because it's been the same for a while, it's been the same.
Yeah, but I think when you, how long have you been a wedding photographer?
14 years.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
25?
25 is crazy. Yeah.
I feel like a dinosaur,
No. I feel like compared to other people, I feel like a dinosaur sometimes. Like, but it's so amazing to be able to do the job that you're lucky to do and feel this energized, after 25 years.
Yeah. So my point is at the beginning, there's points that you're just like, okay, you're learning something new and it takes time. For me, it takes time. And you try to different things and you tickle here and there and make it more nicely. And then you find your formula.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, it works. I put one flash here, and it works. So then you start repeating your formula. And once you master it, then you're just like, okay, so what do I do now? Because otherwise it would get boring. And as you say, once you know your skills, you will try to apply best skills for that moment.
Yeah.
Because what I say to people, it's like, I don't go with a flash the whole day, but I do have a monopod with a flash always 3 steps away.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say a monopod with an assistant in a bag ready to come out.
No, but like sometimes I travel and I cannot have an assistant.
Yeah.
And I use my photo bag as an assistant.
Yeah.
Because I have a 4 wheels bag.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I did it once in Bahamas.
Okay.
So I was running everywhere with my bag and I was like, okay, I can put the monopod here on the side. So that's
good idea.
That's my assistant. It's Gandalf, I call him.
Gandalf.
Because people look at you like, what is this? I say, I introduce you to Gandalf. Gandalf is a stick.
Yeah.
So you just try your best to adapt and to bring in all the knowledge that you have. And I think also keeping alive your photography, it doesn't mean that you have to go after every single trend that is out there. But when you see a new trend that you like, that you think connects with yourself, I'm not going to do blurry pictures because everybody's doing blurry pictures.
Yeah.
But if if at some point doing a blurry picture will enhance the story that I want to tell, then I would use it. And I'm not going to use it because everybody's using it, but because it's a tool that serves my way of showing things.
Yeah.
So I try not to have limits in my head, because when you limit yourself, you're just a machine. You're just repeating. And I think the secret to sometimes it's 25 years of weddings, So sometimes it's just feels like, oh, wow, it's been a long time. And what is going to happen? And you're like, some days, some seasons, you are not in love the same level as others. But that is normal. I think it's just like in a partnership, in a couple, that you're not always 100% in love with your wife.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But there's, and with photography, it's exactly the same. And just a way of keeping spice things up because for me, my relationship with photography is a relationship. It's part of me, but it's not everything that I am. I am a lot more things. So everything that is happening in my life has an impact in photography. And I need to feed this relationship as well, because I see when I go to conferences, there's a lot of people in the range of 2 to 5 years being a photographer. There's a lot. But how many reach 10? How many reach 15 years? How many have been here for 25 years? Not a lot, because our work, it's beautiful, but it's exhausting as well. It requires a lot of passion and love for what you do.
Yeah.
No?
But no, 100%. 100%. I totally agree. I sometimes like the years or the seasons when I haven't been in love with photography as much. They're the seasons that I always think to myself, like, what else could I do with my life? But then I come back to the same answer. Like, I come back to the same thing where there's no other job in this world that I can think of that will give me the amount of freedom this job gives me. Like, I can't think of anything. And it's like, but then I always think like, but what could I do, Rahul? What can you do? What can you do? But I've no idea,
Oh, me neither. I've been asking myself that a lot lately. Yeah. I what can I do? What else could I do? And now I'm learning more of artificial intelligence, and maybe one day I can do things. My idea is to end up doing something online that can also give me money, so that I don't have to rely only on photography. So that would be the next step. So first I'm going to learn for me and to apply everything. And then once you know how to do it, because these things take so much time, then I can just set up that system for other people.
Yeah.
So then you don't have to spend all that time. And I don't know. So that's a little bit also about the idea, because when you've been 25 years and every single year, January is exactly the same, you're like, okay, agenda. Okay, I have this. I have all these free spots. And you start like, how do I, every single year, how do we find the new clients? Every single year we start almost from scratch. And you get tired of that.
Yeah, no. Always like January, I'm always to my wife like, oh, I don't know if this year is going to go well. And she's just like, you say this to me every year. And I'm like, I really mean it. I mean it. This year is not looking good. Like last year, honestly, I was really worried about last year, thinking that it was not going to go well. It did. It went very well in the end. But in the beginning, in January, I was just like, this just not, because the trend of booking has definitely
changed.
Has changed, right? No longer are people doing like a year in advance and stuff like that. I'm getting inquiries for now, April, like in 1.5 months' time. It's crazy.
It's crazy, but what is so weird right now, I'm starting to receive inquiries for next year.
Oh, and I'm like, me too. So I don't know.
It's so weird, because lately, all these past years, at the end of the year, you're okay. Beginning of the year, you're freaking out. And then because people are looking for photographers so close to the wedding date.
Yeah.
So I book a lot of things just 1 month in advance, 2 months, like a good average would be 2-3 months. And that is so different from the past. Before you used to have in December, January, I already had the full agenda. And now it's not like that. It comes like really slow. But this year, I'm receiving more inquiries for next year than for this year.
Really?
Oh, but I don't know. Maybe it's the JSON thing I put in my website.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Because like, I'm getting
so weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like I've had a few inquiries like for next year as well, but I'm getting many more for this year. And like, honestly, some of them are like, like 20th of April seems to be a peak day. And then like, I don't know, we're doing the NineDots like retreat, but during
that's
that
my
time.
birthday.
Oh, really? Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I think it's a Monday as well. It's a Monday, yeah.
Yeah,
and like,
so it's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but I think it's just weird because all this time I've always been used to like me having my diary in December around 70% full, and then the other in January, February I get the other 30%. It's always been like that. But the 70% full means I can live my life pretty much the way it is, but I'm going to have to cut out a holiday or two. Like, but I'll be able to like support the family and all this stuff, right? But nowadays you have to like rethink. Like I have to think like, okay, the diary is not as busy. It's like only like 10-15% full, and like the rest are going to come. So now I need to like feel like from this year onwards, I need to save more money just to ensure I have more months in case I don't have weddings for a period of time. Yeah. Because I can't rely on like how the deposits and all that stuff used to be, because I just don't know how it's going to work anymore. Like honestly, last year I did like 2 weddings between January and June. It's crazy, you know, just 2. And then the other 19 were between July and like November. So
yeah, it's just such a disbalance.
Yeah, it's not worrying.
I think this is the reason why there's not a lot of photographers that have been on the business for a long time, because at some point you burn out.
Yeah.
And the ones that stay, it's because we cannot find an answer to the question, if I don't do wedding photography, what would I do? Yeah. So since COVID, I started doing more things. I learned video. So I'm a videographer as well, but not for weddings, only for corporate.
Yeah.
So I added that, and it's actually really good. I think it has become more and more the main stream of income for me. It's more video than photo right now.
Really?
Yes, it's crazy.
Well, and corporate though, only, right?
And corporate, yes,
okay.
And corporate video. So I do different stuff for corporate, and one of the things that I love the most, and I really, really like it, I would love to do more of that, because it's a mix in between 2 worlds. So that's I do corporate travels. So there's big companies that they just give an award for the best sellers. Okay, yeah. So they work all over the world. The people that work for them that sell 150%, 250% that they were supposed to, they win a travel too. So I've been to Bahamas, Aruba. This year we go to Mexico. So I go with them. I stay with them 5 days. So this is a big group, people that start drinking at 10 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Partying, and you go in this boat, and you have dinner in this fancy restaurant, and you have a conference because they have to have a conference, but everybody is just like hangover, you know. And I have just to capture moments in between. Why do I say it's a mix between? Because it's like working in a wedding, because you're a full day there.
Yeah.
But you take out the pressure, because there's only few moments that are like key moments, like awards. You have to have every single person that receives the award, blah. Yeah. But that's it. the rest of it, you can do whatever you want. So you just like chill out, you have fun, they want something. What they like about me is that everybody loves me. I talk with everybody. I can just start talking about AI or whatever, and then you continue working, and I'm like part of the group.
Yeah.
And I just take like moments here and there. And the tough part is that the last day at 6 p.m., I have to deliver the video of a wrap up of the full experience. So every night when I arrive to my room, I just download. And in between moments, in between things, I go capture some moments because there's a barbecue on the beach. So you go there, you take your shots, blah, blah, blah. And then I go to my room, I download everything, and I start pre-selecting and pre-mounting, so that the last day I don't freak out.
Yeah, you don't have it all in one go. Yeah, exactly.
All in one go. And then at 6 p.m., I just deliver my video, and they put the video at the beginning of the awards so that everybody sees how the full 5 days have been going.
Yeah.
And what they like about my work is because I am really focused on moments, and this is what they want. Because this video, they use it during the whole year to encourage people to sell more so that they earn that.
Yeah. Yeah. So they can go on that trip. Yeah,
yes, exactly. And that's an amazing work. I really enjoy it. It's not as fulfilling as a wedding, because this is people just
having fun
and getting drunk, but you can see a lot of friendship and a lot of teamwork. So it's also, it has its perks, you know?
But also, like, I think even if it's not as fulfilling as a wedding, it's still nice to just do something different, because then when you go back to the wedding, you'll feel the love and all the hugs and everything. They just suddenly become more. Whereas, you know, like anything, when we see a lot of it, like so many hugs and so much love and crying, slowly, I feel like you can become immune to it, you know, like it doesn't affect you anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because we see it
yes,
so
I know what you mean, but not doesn't happen to me. But yeah,
I don't know. I think
it's not the same as the beginning.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm having not a great season or I'm not feeling it that year, I do feel like that sometimes. I'm a bit like, you know.
Yeah.
But then doing stuff in between to like break it up, and then doing something like that, which is, you know, just people having fun and partying, and then going back to weddings, I can imagine you feel more invigorated and re-energized to shoot that wedding. You know, because you're like, emotions are back again. Let's click it.
But you know what's really funny? I told you, like, I delivered a video at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And the awards start at 7:30 or something, and they go until midnight or whatever, because it's 200 people receiving an award.
Yeah.
And when you are the photographer, you just have to be in front of the awards and take the picture. But I could do nothing because I've already done my work. I delivered my video. That's why they pay me.
Yeah.
But Rocio cannot do that, because that moment, it's the most emotional part, because you can see who's really good at team player.
Yeah.
And when they receive the award, then they have these hugs and the friends because it's really hard to get there.
Yeah.
To receive that award. And there's where Rocio starts doing the pictures.
Oh, you start doing photos
for them. Job. Yeah. I cannot do the opposite. So, but I'm actually helping my colleague, my partner in this work. He's doing photography. I'm doing the video. But when I am already done my work, I start doing photo, because this is what I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
And this is where I get this peak of emotion.
Yeah. I hear that. I was going to ask you, because obviously we touched on it earlier, but so you've been doing it for 25 years, but have you felt burnt out? Or like, how have you avoided feeling burnt out if you haven't felt burnt out? But have you ever had any years where you're just like, I'm done? But then like, what brings you back in again?
Yes. So I think twice. Once was a year that it was too much. I shot like 38 weddings, but that year was the year that I was also doing engagement shoots. So I attached to the weddings, the engagement, and the engagement was so creative, because at this time I was just doing weddings in Spain.
Yeah.
And I convinced everybody that we would do the engagement session where they live or where they met. So I travel all around Spain, having different sessions everywhere, which was amazing, but I burned out because it was like I told you, like 38, but it's not 38 weddings. It was 38 weddings plus the 38 engagement sessions, plus all the traveling to go to one and another. Sometimes I could do it just the Friday before the wedding, but sometimes it was not. So I think it was too much. And that was the year where I said, okay, no, I need to shoot less weddings. And then I went from 38 to 25, 20. Then I went even lower, 15. Now I'm more of a 6. My ideal number would be 6 weddings per year. Yeah, I put a lot of time into my weddings. I have meetings with the bride, with the groom, even with the mom sometimes. Wow. Yeah, so I put a lot of time on because I really want to connect emotionally with them and know where everybody's at the wedding, because I realized at some point, like for the moms and for the dads, it's really important as well. And I was never thinking about them. So now I think about them, but that takes time. And I want to make sure, like the dad, I don't know, it happens one that in the other wedding of his other son, they didn't have the family picture with him and his brothers and sisters. Yeah. And so now I know that. So I have that in my mind. And when I'm at the wedding, at some point I say, okay, so this is the perfect moment. Bring your brothers and your sisters and we do this picture. And they're so happy with that. And it just takes nothing of time and you're going to deliver much better. But to be able to do that, you have to have the information. And to have the information, you need to spend time digging for the information. I don't know why I'm talking about this. So we were talking about the burnout.
Yeah.
And because I put that much personal involvement into the wedding, I also do something that I call the time capsule. So I would never do a video on a wedding, but I do photos and clips of video. I also capture audio. Yeah. And I mount a time capsule that it's a mix between video, photo, and parts of the speeches, for example. And before, I used to listen to all these speeches, so I could work like for 5 days if there were a lot of speeches and in a different language. So before, for example, so now we're going to put AI back into the conversation. So before I would put the audio and Google Translate and try to understand. And now I just put the audio inside AI and it translates it and tells me in the minute 2:06, they're saying this. So that makes it easier. But still it's time, it's effort. So that's why I don't like to do a lot of weddings, because I prefer to do less, but it's really what I like to do. So that's the way I have found not to burn out. But the second burnout was last summer. Okay. Last summer, I had a really tough moment at a wedding where nothing made sense. And I was just like, what the hell am I doing here? And it was really the first moment that it was just like, oh, wow, this is the first time in my life that I feel that I'm not connecting with the wedding photography. And that is tough. So I'm working on it.
Well, why did you feel that way? Was it the people there, or was it a personal thing more than?
I think there's many things happening. And I had I think it was the father. It was just after I was making a family photo. Okay. This is a family I already know. I already shot the wedding of the bigger brother. So that's the second time I see the family. So we have more closer relationship, which is good, but also not as good. And so the bride that I did a couple of years before, she now has a baby. And we were doing the family photo, only the brothers and sisters with the wives, with the kids. So I said, okay, first the kid, because it's a baby.
Yeah.
And so we did that picture. Bam. You shoot 5 pictures. Done, baby can go out. Then you do only the couples and the parents. Then you do only the sons and the daughters. And so the wives and the husbands are not there in the picture. And suddenly the father wanted again a picture with the wives of and the husbands of his daughters and but we already did that picture. But in his head, he doesn't remember. And he got so focused to do this picture and say, okay, let's do it. So we're doing a picture and the baby starts crying like hell.
Yeah.
And I'm taking the picture and I look at her. I know her. She was my bride 2 years ago. I know her personally. She's a really sensitive person. She's a beautiful person. And she's just crying in the picture. And I feel wrong about that. And so I stop and I say, we're done. And the father got super mad because I really want this picture. And he came to me. It was so violent that his daughter, his wife, everybody during the day came to apologize.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's getting old. He's a really nice guy. He's a really famous architect and blah, blah, blah. But he's getting old. So I think he's in a point where I don't know what
yeah, just old age memory.
Yes,
just forgot.
old
Sometimes
age.
they're just stubborn and they want what they want. Yeah.
Exactly. So at that point, I received so much violence. And I was like, okay, don't worry. The picture is here. But I'm not going to force someone to make another picture. And she's crying. And this picture is not going to go anywhere. And I already have it.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was just like, when everybody was gone and you're just there for 2 minutes alone, this is when you say like, oh, wow, this is more than taking pictures. You are controlling emotions from so many people. And sometimes they can be violent towards you. And you're like, I don't need to deal with these things,
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that was the trigger, but there's so many other things happening. I feel like since the COVID, our business has changed so much and is changing so fast. Right now, the world is changing so fast that at some point you don't even know what to do anymore. You don't know how to market yourself. You don't know how to answer even. And people ghost you and people don't answer, or they come 2 months after and they're like, oh, yes, we're going to have you. And you're like, oh, you never said anything, like.
yeah, I've had that. Yeah.
Yes, it happens. And then you don't want to feel pushy. And you're like, hi. So we're still on, like, because I haven't received the contract. Oh, no, yes, we count on you. Yeah, but you have to send the contract, I feel that it's not only about photography, but the world right now. Oh, it's overwhelming because the people are not educated anymore. It's okay not to answer. It's okay to ignore. It's okay. It has become so hard for people to say no.
Yeah.
To your face.
They don't want confrontation. I know.
People don't want confrontation. And so it's not that I'm tired of photography, because I love photography. I told you, I even shoot pictures they don't even pay me for doing that, but I enjoy it so much because this is the moment where I feel in my zone, where I'm like, I would love to work for someone that would tell me, you go shoot this wedding, you go there, you go there. I could work for someone like that. And I would do the best work. I would give everything. But what I hate about our work is January, February.
It's the business. It's the business side of it.
It's the business part. Exactly. It's the business, and the business is changing so fast. And people, I think that's the thing. And since COVID, and it has become also, here in Spain right now, we are living a really tough time, the entrepreneurs. I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years. I pay my taxes. I've always paid my taxes and everything like happily,
Yeah.
But this last year, they changed the game rules. And they changed it in a way that in order for you to do 100 euros more per month, you have to generate like 300. But if you pass that point, then you have to pay even more. It's before it was more free. Like you could choose how much you pay depending on what you wanted for afterwards. But the government thought, okay, this is not going to work. So what they are doing is they're putting a lot of taxes into entrepreneurs, and it's becoming really tough to be able to pay all the taxes that you have to pay.
Yeah.
So I'm paying like 1/3 more of taxes that I was paying the year before.
Oh wow.
Which that's
a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So it's really tricky, and and that is burning out as well. It's actually so next Monday there's going to be a manifestation. I'm not a politics person. I don't like anything of these things, but this is the first time I'm going to go for the manifestation. And entrepreneurs, like they already did one in November, and the streets were full. This is like historically is the first time that entrepreneurs in Spain, we are manifesting because we don't have time. You never stop. When you have your own business, you don't take one day off just to go manifest, for a manifestation. And we're getting into a point that we have to do it because it's not normal what they're doing.
Yeah. When you mean like, do you mean like protest? Is that what you mean, by the way?
Protest. Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah,
that's all right. No, don't worry.
Yes, a protest.
Yeah, I was
yes.
protest. Yeah. You can take your camera while you're at it, though. You might get some good photos.
That's a good idea. I'm actually going with a photographer friend. We're going, and that could be nice, maybe.
Yeah, but no, like I hear that. Like I feel like a lot of the governments, anyway. I don't get into politics and all that stuff either, but yeah, they are doing stuff, especially in this country as well, which are not helping like smaller businesses at all, and the only people getting helped are the big corporations. But anyway, this podcast isn't about that. I'm not going to get into that stuff because
no.
But like, it was just
to answer your question.
No. So yeah,
sorry.
No. That's fine. No. That's exactly why I asked. But like, yeah, I mean, obviously, burnout is not just like, most people associate burnout to like just working hard, working too much, big editing piles, and all of this shit. Like, but like, burnout is in different forms, and like, having the government bear down on you, increasing taxes, seeing the world go to shit on like social media as well. Sometimes you think to yourself like, fuck, it's highly depressing. Like in this country, like I joked about it yesterday when I put in my Insta story, but like, we had blue skies and the sun was out, and I was just like, finally, like, I feel like the seasonal depression of like is sort of being lifted from me. Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh, perfectly.
Started feeling good. Like I did the school run with a nice smile on my face, like all this stuff. Obviously, I'm always doing it with my daughters and we're having a good time. But I just felt like so much nicer. Sun, yeah,
and it happened the same here. We've been like in rain, and
same here.
And it doesn't help, and it's the worst moment for the business, for everything. And you're just like, you wake up and it feels like it's late, and it's just like what, and we have had the last 4 days, we have had sun. Oh my God. Like I'm finally going walking for 1.5 hours or 2 hours. It helps. It helps. And just the fact that you close your eyes and you feel the sun in your skin, it changes your mood.
Massively.
Yeah.
So if like in this time, obviously like you have loads of passion and you have felt burnt out, but are you still excited for this year? Like, what brings you out of the burnout? Like, are you still excited for all the weddings you have this year then?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I guess when you're there, you're in your zone, right? Like,
yeah. Because it's like the weddings I already have, they don't give me any anxiety. Like, I cannot wait to do it. What gives me anxiety is the free spots that are still there that you're like, okay, so that's that's the thing. It's the business part. But once you have the client, I love it because I love the meetings. I love to know. I'm passionate about knowing about people's life and how the family works and how the couple what they see in each other, how they see to each other. That's why I have private conversations with them.
Yeah.
Because I want to know what is it about her that he likes the most and how he sees her in that moment. Because if I know it, I'm going to try to find it because I want to take that picture. So that when he sees it, he says like, oh yes, this is the way I like to see her. So all that part, I love it. That's why I told you, if someone wants to have a good photographer in their team, because I would love to not deal with any business part. Yeah. That's the burning part.
But then if you were the photographer in a team, you might not connect with the couples the way you're connecting right now, because they would be the ones dealing with everything, and then you're like, hey, Rocio, you're going to go shoot this wedding, and then you're just going to be part of the team.
I've been in that position many, many times because I've been the emotional photographer they bring, the artistic photographer they bring. So it depends on how the contact goes, because when it's the couple that chooses you directly, so then it's okay. Yeah. Because even if they have another team or whatever, I'm dealing with them, so I can do my thing with them. When it becomes more complicated, it's when you're working for another photographer. Because then you're part of their team, which makes it easier because they're not competing against you. You are in their same team. So that makes it easier once you are shooting. But before, it's up to the photographer. So let's say you have a big wedding and you bring me in. You say, Rocio, I need a third photographer or whatever, and you bring me in. Then I would tell you, Raul, I do this with my couples. Do you want me to do that? So it's up to you, because I'm working for you. You are my client. But I've been doing this for 25 years without doing the interviews. I've been doing the interviews for the last 2 years. So I know how to do this without getting into that, but I do prefer to have the conversations before with a couple.
Yeah.
Do
you spend, how much time do you spend before then with the couples, like talking to them and stuff?
So for sure, before the wedding, I would have one phone call with each of them. That would be like 40 minutes. It can be 1 hour, but I try to make it 30, 40 minutes so that you don't take that much of time with people. But I go really deep in this time. So for this, I do a phone call. I don't do video call.
Okay.
Because when you can see each other, it's good for the first meetings. But afterwards, I don't want them to feel judged that I'm looking at them. And when I ask them to have this meeting, I always ask to have, like, if it was a business meeting, they have to be by themselves, no distractions, no nothing, so that they can feel more free to connect with themselves. And it depends on the question. So, for example, I created a GPT in artificial intelligence that helps me with the questions. So I put all the information, everything that I was doing by hand, by myself. I put everything into this GPT, and when I'm going to have the meeting, I put all the information I have from the couple. I record the audio of the first meeting, so everything that they say. So this GPT will determine. It's amazing. It's really great because it would determine what type of personality they have. So I base it on the birds' personalities for marketing. So there's different types of personalities. There's the dove would be like a person that will always try to do what other people do. But there's the how do you say that in English? The pavo real, the one that is super beautiful.
Peacock.
The peacock, yes. So there's the peacock. So this GPT will help me to determine if the bride or the groom, what the type of personality they have. And depending on their personality, just with a couple of questions, you can determine that. So he will make this question. So I would make those questions on the WhatsApp or on the email. And depending on how they answer, ChatGPT, it's able to determine the patterns, and it's able to tell you, oh, they are a peacock mixed with owl. Owl is someone that needs information, that needs data, that needs to have everything like in control. So you adapt your questions depending on who they are, because they're going to receive the question in a different way.
Yeah,
but
that's
this I do
genius.
it with
Yeah.
I do it with AI. So when I have the meeting with them on the phone, I would be sitting here in my computer. I don't record the phone call, but I would be taking notes, okay, on Notion. And then I would put all this information into ChatGPT, okay?
Yeah.
So ChatGPT gave me the questions that I have to make to connect, because it's not the same I ask a dove a question that if I ask it to an owl.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this before. So that's why before, when I was making these questions, not everybody was getting deep into their emotions. But when you do it guided, then you can connect better with that person, because you're actually taking time to understand the way they work. And it's really crazy, because I can connect with someone like super fast. And I've learned, like, I have different techniques. I have different types of questions, and I use it. I started using it in my daily life. So every time I was going to a new group or with new friends or whatever, instead of, hey, yes, it's cold. It's raining so much. Then I would do an interesting question just to determine who you are. And I would make a question to you that nobody has ever made that question. And it's just so deep that everybody's just like, oh, wow, you are really interested in me.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the magic, that's what I'm starting, because I created the GPT end of the summer last year. So I've just used it, not a lot, but it helps you as well. I program it so that it helps you as well to, afterwards, when you're selling, to upgrade what you're selling, because you don't sell, you don't do the marketing the same for an owl than for a peacock.
Yeah.
Or for a dove. So the GPT will help you how to sell more album spreads, or how to sell the full album. What is it that you have to say it in what way, so that you feel that it's something that you have to have.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting. And this year
It's amazing.
To use it fully. Yes. Yeah. So it took me months to do it, because I put a lot of information inside of it, but now it's done. So now it's just part of my ChatGPT, and whenever I am going to have a meeting or whatever, I put the information there, I get the questions, I give the answers, he gives me exactly, and he keeps in memory. So each couple has its own chat. I only chat in this chat about this couple.
Yeah.
So during the whole process, ChatGPT will help me, guide me, which parts I have to choose. For example, with the audios, they were people that care a lot about connections or about having the family, because that's what they said in the meeting. So when I listen to the audios and I put the audio into ChatGPT, into the GPT, he knows that what they value is connection. So if there's in the speech a part where they talk about connection, that's the sentence that we're going to choose. So he's saving me so much time.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm mixing a lot of things here, but that's where I'm at right now. My brain is right now into that, like mixing the best of the two worlds, super emotional, but try to put a system into it so that it's easier, so I don't get burned out.
Yeah.
So instead of spending one full week listening to audios and creating the time capsule, I can create it in 2 mornings.
Yeah. No, that's honestly, this such a wicked way to like use like ChatGPT and stuff like that. It's so good. I love it.
Wicked way, yes.
Yeah, no, we're not. That's not what I mean. My wicked is like
Yeah.
is a British slang for like, oh, so good kind of thing. Not evil, wicked. But like, yeah, yeah, it's not that wicked. Yeah, but
Well, I'm kind of a witch, maybe. So
they
it's
probably think
okay.
you are some kind of witch or something because they're like, this. She knows how to connect with everyone and like knows just how to answer the right questions to like the dove or the owl or the peacock or whatever. You know, like
Yeah,
that's like
but
you know, like
what I don't know how to do is to keep in my head all the characteristics of each of this personality. And that was what I was finding hard to do to apply this. So I learned how to connect better with people. That was easy. That comes natural.
yeah,
And I just had to change some small talk into having a lot of interesting questions in the back of my mind. And so that was easy. But having to be able to see and say, okay, Raul, you are a dove. That is what was difficult for me.
yeah.
But once I put artificial intelligence into it, I don't have to do it. So in that way, it has helped me to do much better what I really love to do. That it's to get really deep inside the emotions of the people, because I value my work that way. I do believe that what I do and what I want to do is to capture the real emotion, what makes that family or that event or that thing different. Where is the human part?
Yeah.
And its most raw expression, and not really working in a light way and just here and there. I'd rather do less moments, but deeper moments. So I don't know, it's just little obsessions.
No, that's cool. These little obsessions is what keeps you from not burning out, because I can obviously tell you're excited about the use of AI and doing this. So then that would make you excited for the weddings to come, because you're like, oh, I'm going to shoot it a little bit different and I'm going to watch out for this, and this, or these moments. So yeah, and that they're the kind of like personal games we play with ourselves, right? To keep us entertained and to keep us like still wanting to shoot weddings, like doing things like this, you know? I had a friend of mine that is testing some AI actually, where he's putting the audio in from speeches, and then the AI is just going to take what it thinks was the most emotional parts of it and then just give him back that, so he doesn't have to re-listen to all the speeches.
That's again what I do now.
Yeah.
And you know, like I work a lot with Belgians, so but they speak Dutch.
Yeah.
And it was a game changer last year when I was just putting in the audio, and he was telling me, in these parts, I think what's most important is this, and then you have, what connects with me. Then I choose. I am the human behind, and I say, okay, from all this, I'm going to take this. So I take the audio exactly where it tells me, and then I put Google Translate, and I say, okay, yes, it is the right.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say you're trusting the ChatGPT a lot, just to say, oh, at 2 minutes 16, it's
no, but you have to, but you have to monitorize it.
Yeah.
And you
also, you have to cut it in the right
it,
places as well.
Yes,
where it's like,
exactly.
They stop
you have to make human decisions.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT can be very fantasy driven.
Yeah.
So when it will help you to planify, for example, the couple shoot. You only have 10 minutes. You only have 15 minutes. And I want to have a beautiful, first the picture for the moms that's just looking at camera, full dress, boom, done. But I want a moment.
Yeah.
But I only have 5-10 minutes. So because I know them really well, ChatGPT knows them really well.
Yeah.
He would give me back 3 questions I can make in that moment. So depending on how I feel the moment, I have my 3 questions. I look at my phone and say, okay, I choose this one. And I approach to them and I plant a seed.
Yeah.
I tell them whatever I had planned for them. And then I take the pictures. And that is really, really nice.
Sounds really good. You know,
because you go straight where you have to go.
Yeah, exactly. Get deep straight away, like without any of the like fluffing beforehand, basically. But like, you know, the dove, peacock, and owl thing, like, is that Is that an actual thing, or is that your made up thing of how you associate?
No. It's
It's
a
an actual
marketing. It's an actual thing. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I always hear
No,
like,
I didn't
this
invent
person's type A.
anything.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe you had your own code words, but it's like, I know what like type A is and stuff like that. Like, like that's probably the owl.
Or the numbers. Yeah, some people are like number one, number two, or you can choose. You just have to choose the system that it connects with you, and then you just have to put everything into ChatGPT and teach it. Yeah.
That's so cool. I'm gonna try that. I definitely would love to like learn how to connect with people, because I feel like I can do it quite naturally, and I'm pretty good at connecting with most people anywhere. But once I can figure out, like you said, by asking them a question and then being like, okay, like this is the sort of person you are. Let's ask you a different question that you weren't expecting. Like instead of what football team do you support or something, like it would be really cool. I remember like reading books like this. I'm talking 20 years ago, like must be more than 20 years. I used to really be interested in like NLP, like neuro linguistic programming.
Yes.
Like, so where it's like mimicking and all of this stuff, like how to win in interviews, like by copying.
Yeah, if you approach, you also approach. If you touch your face, I'm going to touch my face, and
exactly all of that stuff, and just like, and the main thing was they're not mimicking, mirroring, where like you copy what they do, and if you mirror what they do, then they feel like really comfortable with you and stuff like that. So like I've always like, I think because I read about it when I was like, before, I feel like I do that quite well in like with different people in different situations, but it'd be nice to like go further. And NLP books are pretty boring and dull, to be fair. Like for me anyway, personally, I find them very boring to read. So like, this is a good way to like, actually, now I'm going to like be on ChatGPT and be like, give me 3 types of people. And like, I'm going to start using folders and all of this stuff.
Yeah. Like, I gave the GPT to some of my friends, photographers. But the thing with photographers is that we are so overwhelmed with so many things that you don't find time to. Exactly. Yes, you don't take the time, but I can lend it to you, the GPT. You can try it.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
How
do you lend it to someone? How do you do that?
Oh, it's easy. I just give you a link, and then it's installing your ChatGPT.
Oh, wow.
And it has everything loaded. So you just have to make the question. So it would tell you, what do you want to do? You want to do a photo session, a family session, engagement session, or a wedding? And you say wedding. So he will ask you, and you would give all the information, and you give the screenshots of the emails of the things, and he would guide you through all the.
Oh, wow.
Through all the process.
I didn't know you could do that. You can just share like that. Wow, so I'm learning so much on this, like this morning. Like, I love it. This is the reason why I do this podcast. Like to get knowledge, but like, this is incredible.
You see, for this podcast, you could do it. Like you could put it and you say, I'm gonna do an interview to Rocio Vega.
Yeah.
So you give him my name, you give him some information that you have from me, my website, blah blah blah, and she will tell you. I say she because she has a name. It's
before
Muse.
It was referred to his Muse.
Muse.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Muse, she's a girl, and she's all into emotions, and she would tell you which questions maybe to do to me, and you would go even deeper. So
I can tell you one thing.
Also.
I can tell you one thing. Sorry to cut you off there, but it would definitely not told me to mention AI to you. Like, unless it's like looking into your ChatGPT, it would have been like, talk about her life and her personality and all of this stuff. We would not have been in this direction of this conversation this morning. So
that's true. That's true.
I'm glad I never asked. All right. Like,
I give you that. But at the end, it's just like, it's just a tool that would give you, because sometimes I don't use it, but I go with the confidence. I have my 3 questions in my pocket.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just go with the flow and you say it's too rigid, or I feel the vibe has changed because today they feel different. So you just do you. Yeah. But if you find a moment where you're in blank and you're like, oh my God, I only have 5 minutes to do this couple picture. What do I do? Then you have the tool in your pocket, 3 questions, and you go, okay, I go with this one. It's better than nothing. And it's actually really good because this question is thought for them.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Like it's really hard to tailor-made. Exactly. Yeah. So at least you have that in your pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a good way. Like, honestly, didn't even think that you could bring like AI into helping you with your couple session, you know? Like,
And also the thing is that the more you use it, because if I'm going to send you the link for that, and if when you're going to start using it, it's going to sound more like me because I'm the one treating that trained him, trained the AI. But the more you use it, the more it's gonna sound like you. Actually, the first thing Muse does is to determine which type of personality you have.
okay.
Because the way you do make the questions is not the way I make the questions. Because we have different personalities. So the way I express, so I have to feel comfortable. The question has to be like coming from a comfortable place of who I am. And then when I discover who you are, she will help me to guide the questions more towards you, but always in my voice.
Yeah.
So the first thing will determine who you are. So the way you do the questions would be completely different from me.
Yeah, you could sell this. You were looking for something to like.
I thought about that, but I gave it to some friends photographers, and they didn't find time to try to use it because they were so overwhelmed. So I said, okay, I just use it for me because trying to convince photographers that this is a fucking amazing tool.
Yeah, I can imagine it's being really hard work.
Yeah, and when I thought about selling it, I was thinking just like, okay, you can pay like, I don't know, 25 euros or something like that, and you'll have access the whole year, because the idea is not that, oh, it's so expensive because we have to pay so many things per month. We're already so overwhelmed paying so many little things. It's just 8 euros, it's just 10 euros, it's just 20, it's just 25, but then you add everything and you're spending 600 euros in ChatGPT and the things. And so I don't want to become that. I just wanted to put like one price and you get it. But I saw that for a photographer to start trying to do this would be hard because we have so many things that you're like, oh, one more thing to test.
Yeah.
But honestly, I do believe that it would help a lot.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm definitely going to test it out.
It's helping me a lot.
I'm definitely going to test it out. I love trying new things. I think it's like, and sometimes like you enjoy using some stuff, and sometimes you don't enjoy using it. But yeah, right now, when I've got some time on my hands, I'm definitely going to like give it a try. Yeah, and see how it goes. I just think like such a cool way that you're using like technology. And most people have just gone like, oh yeah, I use it for editing and culling and business and accounts, and this is like tailor-made.
But you can use it emotionally speaking. Yeah.
It has so much depth. Like it's just crazy how this AI just popped up in the last like, I don't even know how many years, like 2, 3, maybe. I don't even know. Less than that, maybe.
I don't even know. Less.
Maybe less than that for when I found out about it. Anyway, I think.
Yeah, I found out about it, but I was like, and at the beginning, the pictures were so like, oh, like you're like, okay, no, but then there's a point where you say like, oh my God, I do have to jump into this now, otherwise we're done. It's exactly the same as when we went from film to digital. Like you try to resist the change, but at some point you have to at least learn how to do it. And now everybody's coming back to film. And then at some point, the human part, it's going to be more valuable. But if I can use it in my favor so that my human part, it's getting much farther thanks to AI. Because I can go to a farther place, emotionally speaking, connecting with my couples than before. So I'm making a greater impact and I'm spending the same time. So it's...
Yeah, no. It makes total sense why you're using it, you know. Are you, by the way, you mentioned film, but are you jumping on the film bandwagon? It seems like there's a lot of people doing film at the moment. Film labs like Carmencita must be loving it right now.
Carmencita loving it. Yes. Yeah. I love film, and I love the looks like film, type. But I started weddings with film.
Yeah. You don't want to go back to
So
that now.
No, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there and I love it, but it's just like I prefer to put my energy and time into something else, not a trendy thing.
Yeah.
And for me, in my post-production, I use a lot of grain. I try to do pictures that looks like they were shot in film. And for me, it's okay. For me, up until there, I really respect and admire the photographers that do film, and it's cool, it's nice, but it's not something I'm gonna go after it, because then I would have to think about going with a camera, and you have to be more paused, and the weddings I shoot, there are so many things happening.
Yeah.
And I prefer to take that time to do the emotional part, to connect deeper with them, than to do the trendy thing of a film. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So it's
play.
just something I wouldn't connect with.
It just seems more stressful as well. That's the thing. Like for me, I bought a film camera and I have a point and shoot, and it's had the same film in there for like the last 6 months. Still got 15 photos to take. And when I take my daughter out this Saturday, I'm going to take it with me. I was like, I'm going to use this film because I don't even know what's on it. But so I use it for family and stuff now. But in all honesty, like, I don't know, like, sending something off in post and like to the post office and then making sure it gets there and it's not lost, or traveling when you're doing destination weddings, making sure that, you don't get an arsehole trying to like scan your films in. All of these things, that just seems like
It's
way
too
more
stressful.
stress, too much stress to add. Like,
Yes.
I could never go back to, if cameras suddenly came out and they had a single slot camera, I would never buy that camera. I need dual slot now in my life. I need to have 2 SD cards in there recording the same
It
thing.
gives you peace of mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like film does not give me peace of mind. And I'm not a very anxious person, but I think doing film would give me anxiety, at least. Funnily enough, though, I'm shooting one wedding this year where she wants film, but I said to her, I got on the phone with her and I said to her, look, I'll do it, and it's going to be for free. And what I get is what I get. And she said, no, that's all I care about. She goes, because I just have like loads of film that I have developed and undeveloped. And she goes, I just want someone to take it for me. And I said, no, that's not a problem. I'll do it. But, I've only got one film camera. So if I stick, I don't know, a Portra 400 in there, then I'm stuck with Portra 400 until I use 36 exposures. And then if I stick a 3200 Ilford in there, then I'm stuck with black and white, and then that's what you're going to get. And she was happy with that. And I was just like, cool, I don't mind doing that as long as you're well aware. And I'm happy to like pay for you the developing and everything. She was like, oh, I don't even want it developed. But I'm like, look,
you want the films
for free. Yeah. She goes, I just want it. And I was like, look, I'll do it for free then. Don't worry. But
I think when they want that, what I suggest is just to have a film only for film photographer.
Yeah.
Because I'm already thinking so many things in my brain, plus record yourself working, because nowadays if you don't show the behind the scenes and blah blah blah, so it's just like there's so many things we have to juggle with in our heads. Like you've been a wedding photographer for 15 years, and I think you would agree with me, 15 years ago was way much easier.
I mean, yeah, like 10 years ago, I would say. At least when I could figure it out. Yeah, 10 years ago.
It was harder to learn. Because nowadays you can learn everything from your computer, from your phone, wherever you are. You can you can learn a lot of things. So we have this great reach to new information, but that's overwhelming. Okay, before, when you needed to learn something, it was harder, and but also our work was easier. People were not looking for so many things. And now you see your bride, she wants film just for the sake of having film. She doesn't even really care if it's good or bad or whatever, but she wants to have film.
Yeah.
They want to have this, and it's like now we have to do so many micro tasks at the same time. We cannot just focus on moments. You're thinking about a whole bunch of other things. Yeah, which is interesting, but you have to learn to choose your battles.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
So film, I thought about it like 3 years ago. I thought about that because I was like, okay, you just have it with you and you just take a couple of pictures here and there. But it's not that. It's a space it occupies in your head. Because I've been at 2 weddings with photographers that just do this. They have the mid-format camera with them, and they just have to take a couple of pictures. It takes time, it takes stress, and it takes a lot of energy.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And I think like if you're going to use that energy, I did a podcast with this photographer, Rebecca Carpenter, who's amazing as well. And you met her at the gathering, right? And we did a podcast. And anyway, she's just like, instead of doing film, I'd rather use that space in my head to basically create BTS content and just bring my phone out and take some clips here and there and make a reel. And I'm like, you know what? Like, that's me too. I would prefer to do that rather than like try and take some.
That's like, and it's exactly what I just told you.
Yeah, exactly.
Put the energy into something else. Yeah.
Because you're right. Sometimes I don't know. I do like all these things, but I never realize how much I'm doing, if that makes sense. But we are juggling so many things, like especially now, throwing in the marketing and doing video, or like, doing like clips, or asking a bridesmaid to like film me while I do some portraits. Do you mind, or whatever? Like I bought this like phone stand so I could put my mobile phone and it'd be like I can do BTS with me. I bought it. I've never used it once. Literally like
I use the 360 camera.
Yeah.
I found I have tried so many things, and now I just put the stick, 360 camera, and then you have to go through it, blah, blah, blah. But at least if I need a shot, it's there.
Yeah.
So at least to be able to show how you work behind the scenes, it's okay. I know there's a lot of photographers that use this camera on top of the camera and do, but that's not me. I just want to show a little bit. I don't want to show everything, because at some point, if I'm focusing on showing everything, then I'm not doing my job well.
Yeah.
I'm there to serve my couple. And when it's Sunday and I go Instagram and I start seeing all my photographers' friends, and I start seeing lives or moments that are so important, and they're doing behind the scenes with the phone. It's that
I can feel the rage. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, wow, we cannot forget what we are here for. We are here to capture and to honor this moment, not to sell more, or I don't know. I don't connect with that. Yeah. I'm a dinosaur.
No, you're not a dinosaur. I totally agree with you. But like I've started to like make little reels with my mobile phone. But what I've realized is I only need 20 clips throughout the whole day.
Yes.
Okay, 20 clips. So when I walk in, and because these clips are only in less than 30 seconds, they don't even have to be the best moments.
No.
You just have to go in. I do 2 clips of bride prep, 2 clips of groom prep, one or 2 clips of the ceremony, or the groom arriving, and then 1 or 2 clips of the ceremony, then 1 or 2 clips of the drinks reception, 1 or 2 clips of the speeches, and then more clips end up actually being of the dancing, because the dancing can get repetitive, and I'm there till the end of the night.
And dancing, you have plenty of time. You can do whatever you want.
Exactly. Yeah. And so then I have more, so it keeps the energy up of my reels as well. So maybe I'll do like 5 or 8 clips, but in the end, just doing those little moments, I've got like 30 or 40 clips on my phone, and suddenly I can make a really nice little reel. And what I do love to add in that reel is, if I can, is just one quick like drone shot. That always just makes the reel like a little bit different.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
So I just add that in, and then that's it. And it takes no time. And that way I can still, like you said, I worry about the moments happening.
Until you got to that point, I'm sure you lost a lot of time in other weddings doing more.
Do you know what? I only tried it once. I only tried it once.
Okay.
And then I realized, I know what you're saying. Yes, to get to that point. But I've learned to let go as well, and not care as much about certain things. And I don't care about this as much. And in my head, it's always just like, this is just throwaway stuff. Like, they're going to see it in the next 3 days, it's going to be in the bin, right? So I don't care about it as much. So the first time I did it, I did miss some moments because I did like 60, 70 clips. But then when I put it together, I'm like, shit, I don't need any of this stuff. Like, why am I doing details of the flowers? And why am I doing this? And why am I doing that? Like, I just want like the good energy moments. So as long as I can find a couple in the ceremony, a couple in the getting ready, just one little laugh here or there, you know, because you're going to get more laughs. And the thing is, all these moments, even though they are one-off moments, don't get me wrong, if the gran is coming in and she's very old and she's hugging the bride, I'm not going to pull my phone out. But if it's one bridesmaid coming and I know 3 more are coming, right, to hug her, then maybe one of those bridesmaids I'm just going to do with the phone, you know, or I'll get them laughing or chatting at one point. So I just pick the battles of when I use it.
I'm gonna show you the last system I use to do this. So I have this the Ace Pro 2 camera.
Okay.
It's really good. Stabilization and low light it's really good. So I put it on top of the camera.
Yeah.
Or when I'm using the arm, it would go just in one of the parts of that.
Yeah.
So when bows or I don't know, specific moments that I know are important, I just push record and I shoot photography. And then I would just take 10 seconds, 5 seconds from the whole video. And then I have both things.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I needed to take that out of my brain, because I realized it is, for example, if you're doing video, it's impossible to do video and photo. It is possible to be, maybe because I'm a photographer, it is possible for me to be a photographer and just take some clips here and there.
Yeah.
But it's impossible to do both things.
Very well.
Correctly.
Yeah. I agree with that. Like I did some hybrid stuff last year because, you know, it was a really easy way to like sell more. And even in there, like, yeah, the first couple of times, but then when I do hybrid, like I'll just have like a static camera for the whole ceremony. And so then I can chop it in bits.
Yes, that's what I'm going to say. So you just put the camera in a tripod and you have
and you're done.
The safe shots and you're done. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just do little clips here and there and that's it. But I'm doing the same thing with the phone because I don't want to buy another. You know what it is? I always buy more kit. Like, and I'm like, oh, let's go buy the Action Pro 2. But honestly, like if the vows are happening with like in an English wedding, for example, if the vows are happening, I would only focus on taking it with my camera. Do you know what I mean? I won't even bother with taking clips. But I don't think that for BTS, that showing a bride crying in a little reel, it doesn't make a difference. Like, because everything is just like split second, you know? Like in that reel, it's like, da, 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 da. So you just need enough to just show like an ambience and an atmosphere. And so I've learned that I only need 15. So I literally pick up my phone. I have it on a strap because after Rebecca was talking in the gathering, the same thing. So it's just exactly. Yes, it's exactly like that. Like I have that strap from Amazon. And then and it's just easier, you know? And I just
I didn't know Rebecca used that.
Yeah, no, she has a like a slicker one, which I looked at those, but they're very feminine. Like all the models were feminine wearing them and stuff like that. It looked like a little like Louis Vuitton purse or something. And so then I went onto Amazon and I just found this other one, and which was like the one you have. And it's just so cool, you know, like just to like quickly pull up. It's
really convenient. Yeah, because you just have it here and you're done.
Yeah. And honestly, no one notices anything. Do you know what I mean?
Perfectly.
And it's so good. Rather than because you know, if you had a camera on, then you have to go into your pocket and then you pull it out. You've wasted like 20 seconds, and you could have missed a really good moment, and you haven't got the moment on the camera, and you haven't got the moment on your phone, all because you're like fucking around trying to get this thing out of your pocket, you know? So.
But you see what you're describing, it's what is happening right now. We're juggling with so many things at the same time. Yeah. We have to do so many things for our business. And before it was you just go to shoot and then you take care of the business. But now we even have to do business during shooting. And I think that's what's really overwhelming. So you just have to find the system that works for you. And you find the system just like trial and error and learning from others, you know, like when you realize you just need 15 shots and just 10 seconds because you're going to actually use 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So, but I've learned that you have to do recording. It's always better a bit more than less.
Yeah, definitely. It's not the same. Yeah. I
It's
learned
not
that
the
lesson
same.
as well. You have to like hold it
Yeah.
at least like if you're especially if you're doing proper video, then like you need like
30,
30 seconds. Yeah, on either
30
side of the
seconds.
moment, just so then you can find the bit that you want.
The right moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
our life has changed so much. So that's why we need to also put into service AI, because it will help us to deal with everything also faster, so that we don't have to have that many things in our head.
Thank you so much for listening to the DotCast from NineDots. We'd love for your help to grow the NineDots podcast, so feel free to hit that like, drop us a comment, or share the podcast on any of the platforms that you use. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for the next DotCast episode coming soon, and in the meantime, check out nine-dots.co if you want to find out more about membership, or you want to learn how NineDots can help you or your business achieve the goals that you want. Get in touch.